A few years ago, a very concerned neighbor lady came over to my house and she had in her hands a tree limb. And it had some berries on it. She was very concerned because her daughters had been eating the berries off of this tree, and she didn't know whether they were poisonous, whether she should be excited about that or not. And so I looked at that, immediately recognized what it was, picked one of those blackberries off of it, and ate it. And then picked another one off and ate it. And she is just standing there looking at me. And then I told her, you know, these are mulberries, and you are very lucky to have a nice mulberry tree in your yard like this. I really like mulberries. They're like a really sweet blackberry, but without the big seeds. And they grow on trees that get 40 to 50 feet tall. And so how are we going to grow a mulberry tree and still be able to access these mulberries? And so that's what I want to be able to do. So this is my Black Beauty mulberry tree. It's a year old. I topped the main trunk, as you can see. And then I'm tying back the limbs so they'll come out instead of growing up. And the reason I did that is because mulberry trees get 30, 40, sometimes 50 feet tall. How are you going to get the mulberries unless you just wait until they drop off on the ground? And so what I'm going to do is kind of bonsai this tree and keep the limbs low and let them grow. And so I'll be tending to this toward the end of the year, and they grow about 3 feet a year. But this is interesting stuff. My arborist friend told me all about this. This is what she recommended. And so I've done it to my 2 trees. Interesting, huh? I wanted more mulberry trees. So I ordered this Black Beauty mulberry tree, planted in the ground, bare rooted, and it's grown up really fine. But what I decided I would do is I'd go ahead and take the terminal end of one of these very tender green growing limbs, cut it off and stick it in dirt and see if I could root it so that I could have another tree. Then I placed it in a pot and covered it up with plastic, put little, these are pencils to keep the plastic off of it, and I left it there for quite a number of weeks to see if it would sprout. I used no rooting hormone to do this. Transferred it to a bigger pot, and you can see that it has these roots growing, or these little limbs coming out, these little leaves. When I transplanted it into this bigger pot, I saw that it had rooted out and had roots all over that little bitty pot. And so now I'm gonna keep it in this one for a while and then transplant it to our yard. Yay! Getting ready for our new mulberry tree that we're gonna plant here soon. You know, besides loving the taste of these things, they have no thorns like blackberries. I like the fact they don't have the large seeds like blackberries. And Dr. Oz says that they're, the mulberry is a superfood that provides protein and antioxidants. And I just love them. I had my grandma make a cobbler out of one time, and it was, you can put them in muffins and sorbets and pies and pancakes, and you can throw them into your smoothies, which is probably what I would be doing for the most part. But I think it's just another great fruit to have around if you don't mind the birds coming by and visiting your mulberry trees too. Probably need to be put someplace out in the back where they're away from everything, because you may trample in over a few of those berries if they're very productive, and you might bring that stain into your carpet if you're not careful. So that's one of the cons maybe to having mulberries around. But I love these things, and I'm going to have them way out in our back 40.